Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol SNSS. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame, think it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and just makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. In this situation, kind of maps out a very interesting setup going into next week. Now, I'm not trying to rub salt in one's wounds or anything like that, but yeah, pretty rough day. Big, nasty price action. Then you look down here at the volume, and biggest volume this chart has had for a long time. But, looking at the chart now after, things have kind of settled, it's very interesting in the sense of, a potential bottom has formed, and, maybe this could be getting ready for some sort of bounce next week. So let me get this green line in place, and we'll quickly walk through things. I don't mean to state the obvious, but first off, there's a gap down, and then after the gap down, the price just got hammered and hammered and hammered and hammered and hammered. So basically the first hour and a half was just all the bears just pressing the price downwards. And then what happened the remainder of the day? Essentially, the price just went sideways. Now, don't get me wrong, and I really wish trading was this easy. Just because the price was getting beat up and beat up and beat up, and then all of a sudden it started to go sideways, does not guarantee that this is some sort of bottom. Now, would it be shocking to see some sort of bounce? No, that would not be shocking at all. However, myself nor anyone else can sit here and say that's guaranteed to happen because guarantees just simply don't exist, in the market. So keep an eye on that in terms of a potential bounce setup. Now, if this setup is going to remain a setup, aka if this level is going to be some sort of bottom, well, then don't mean to insult your intelligence, but that's why I love charts. When you look at them certain ways, they pretty much do insult your intelligence. But if this is some sort of bottom, well, then this green line here at 410 needs to continue to hold strong, because obviously if the price breaks below it and continues on down, well, then by definition, the price is now put into new lows. Therefore, that wasn't the bottom. But as you see, the bears have tried several times to push down through that level this afternoon and then earlier in the day. And to give credit where credit's due, so far the bulls are holding strong. Now, in the event that this 410 does produce some sort of bounce, where are some of these levels of resistance at? First level of resistance, if any sort of upwards price movement is going to get momentum, price has got to get up through this 457-ish area, give or take a few pennies. So that'll be the first level of resistance. And then after that, next key level right up there at the $5 mark. So we'll see what happens with it going into next week, but there's no doubt about it. The volatility is there, the volume is there, and now the price seems to be trying to bottom out. We'll see if this leads to any sort of bounce or not. And then one final warning, if you're not good at analyzing risk, if you don't know how to manage it, well, you really shouldn't be trading at all, but that's besides the point. Then these are not the types of trade setups for you because, yeah, these are risky, but if you know how to manage risk and reward and all that, they can produce some very, attractive opportunities. So just keep that in mind, but next week should be pretty interesting. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.